All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends and share the link with whoever you have in your list. Today, our question is very serious, and Muslims they have no answer for it. According to Muslims, oh, sorry, not according to Muslims. Muslims are just copy paste. According to one guy, his name is Muhammad. Jesus did not die. And according to one guy who came 600 years after Jesus, Jesus was not crucified. And according to one guy, he never met Jesus, he never saw Jesus, he don't speak the language of Jesus. He never been in the land where Jesus was exist. Who came 600 years after Jesus. Jesus did not die, he was not crucified, and he is now in heaven. One of the funny things about Islam, that a person who is accused of adultery, in order to prove it, you have to bring 4 witnesses. A Muhammad, a guy who changed his name from Qasim to Muhammad, the praised one trying to replace the name of God, he claimed without witnesses what he claimed, and the Muslims they copy paste. And in front of us, this is an Islamic website, and this is a fatwa number 110592. A Muslim asking, did Isa, which is supposedly Jesus, and this is where here Muhammad his fantasy started, he don't even know the name or how to quote the name of Christ. Suddenly he came with a name we never heard of, Isa. Where is he now? And a comment on what is mentioned in the Gospel of Matthew. Question, and this is the question: I would like to know the evidence which proves that the Prophet of Allah, Isa, did not die. Are the words attributed to him in the Gospel of Matthew true? For as Jonah was there 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the huge fish, so the Son of the Man will be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. Now the Muslims here, they will try answering, and we know the answer. The answer is Jesus did not die, and the Bible is not telling the truth. But if you look at the Muslims' evidence, which they are trying to prove what they are claiming, you will find it very funny and very hilarious. Very funny, very hilarious. Somebody's asking, where is the reference for Muhammad name? If you have my books, you have it. If not, maybe in different time. And because of their saying in the boast, we killed the Messiah Isa, no Jesus in the Quran. Remember, by the way, when the Muslim they say to you that Jesus in the translation, never, not even once, the name Jesus mentioned in the Quran, not even once. That is a false translation. The same as the false translation for the Arabic Bible, where they use the word Allah. That is a false translation. Not a single time the word Allah appear in our gospel. That is a stupid false translation. Here the Muslims are doing the same false translation. But look at this story here. As long as the Muslims they claim that Allah he made someone look like Jesus, and he made him look in the cross as he crucified, that's mean Allah is the one who deceived us. That's mean Allah is the big liar, and he made us see someone look like Jesus, but yet it is not Jesus. So when the Muslim they say what is written in the Bible is not true, that's absolutely stupid to say, because the Quran says that the Bible is reporting what they saw, and what they saw that Jesus in the cross, and the verse in front of you. And even the Muslims they have tons of videos explaining that Allah the deceiver, he made Jesus look like he is in the cross, but the fact it was not him. So you Christians, you have to be genius to know that this is not him, even though Allah he made him look exactly like him. So Allah he cloned Jesus, he made a man in the cross look like Jesus, and now your turn after 600 years after Muhammad to be taught that it's not Jesus, it was someone look like Jesus. 600 years after. So what this verse in the Quran proved to us, that the claim the Christians they have is absolutely accurate, because they witness for what they saw. As long the Quran says that it we made to appear to them, it was made to appear to them. To who? To those who witnessed there. And look at this madness. If Allah made us, it made it appear to be it's Jesus and the cross. So what is the lie? I mean, how stupid this is. Imagine I make you see Jesus in the cross, and then I say to you this was not Jesus. And who is talking? Allah, saying I made you see Jesus. He looked exact like Jesus. He have the face of Jesus. He have the voice of Jesus. But it was not Jesus. How stupid this claim is. Allah cannot be trusted, because maybe we saw Muhammad, but it was not Muhammad. Maybe Muhammad he saw Jibril, but it was not Jibril. Maybe the one who sent the Quran, it was Shaitan. Actually, the Quran says that Shaitan he gave Muhammad satanic verses. So what does this mean? Allah is a liar and Allah is a deceiver. Allah he made us see Jesus on the cross, and then it is not Jesus. So look at this madness. We just got them busted that the Quran teaching us that Allah is a deceiver, he is Satan, and he make you see things which is not true. However, I'm not going to discuss this for today. This is not my question. My question, which I challenge all the Muslims who they are listening, why Allah saved Jesus, he did not save Muhammad. By the way, there's a Muslim, he's a smart Muslim. He said, and I'm going to show you the comment he made. I copy his text actually. I like it. He said the following. Look at this. This Muslim, he says, Islam teaching the crucifixions of Jesus. That's a good one. This is what the verse is teaching us, that Allah he made us see fictions, and then Allah he will punish us to believe in his fictions. So Allah he create fictions, he lied to us, and then Allah will punish you Christians for believing in his lies. Have you ever heard of a silly religion more than this? So Allah he made a fiction, crucifixion, because it's not real, and then Allah will punish you for believing in his fiction. That is how silly this stupid cult is. This is how silly and dummy. However, this is not my topic. My topic is, yesterday we made a video and made the Muslims go crazy about the death of Muhammad. You can watch it. We have 2 videos of them. Go watch them. And the Muslims are so angry from those videos. And in those videos we showed you the reference from Islamic websites how Muhammad was killed by a Jewish woman, and how the Muslims agree that the prophet of Islam, which is a false prophet, he was murdered according to Muslims by a Jewish woman who poisoned him by putting poison in the sheep. And all the Muslims, as you see the reference, agree that the Muhammad, the prophet of Islam, he was killed, and the woman she killed him by poison, trying to prove the point that he is a liar. When he asked her why you did that, what the purpose of you this poisoning me, she said, well, if you are a liar, Allah will save you. If you are not, if you are a liar, Allah will not save you. If you are not a liar, a prophet, Allah will save you. Muhammad, he said, have you poisoned this sheep? They said yes. He asked, what made you do this? They said, we wanted to know if you are a liar, which in case we would have got rid of you, and if you are a prophet, then the poison will not harm you. The same question Muhammad asked for the women who did that. What made you do this? She said, I wanted to see if you were a prophet, then Allah would tell you about it, and if you were not a prophet, people would rid of you. And Muhammad, he told her, Allah will not allow you to kill me, which means Muhammad claiming that he is protected by Allah. So here we notice when the Muslims agree that Muhammad, he was killed by poison, and even he mentioned that it cut his aorta, as the Quran mentioned that if Muhammad is lying, Allah will cut his artery, proving to us that Muhammad must be punished by God for lying about Allah, as the Quran mentioned. The Quran says, if Muhammad is fabricating anything about us, we would cut his artery. And this is exactly what happened with Muhammad. And we explained that, as we see in chapter 69 verse number 46 in the previous video. Now the Muslims are upset, but for what? For what? Why you get upset? That's what your book says. This is what you wrote to teach your children, and then when we read for you what is written in your books, you get upset from us. When we show you that the Quran saying if Muhammad is lying, fabricating, making false statements, Allah will cut his artery, you get upset from me. And then we show you that Muhammad saying that his artery is cut off from the poison. And we show you different verse in the Quran. It says that there's no harm can be done to any man except by the leave of Allah, which means it's not the women who killed Muhammad, it was Allah. All those verses in the front of us saying the same thing, especially 57:22 and 64 verse number 11. There's nothing happening in this earth, and here he's talking about something bad. Nothing bad is happening in this earth except by the leave of Allah. 57:22. Is the death of Muhammad by poison something bad or good? Obviously, for the Muslims at least, it's bad. Nothing misfortune can happen in this earth without Allah leave. So it was Allah will for Muhammad to be killed by poison. Chapter 64 verse number 11 saying the following: the same, nothing ugly can happen to you except by the leave of Allah. Is the death of Muhammad by poison, suffering for years, dying slowly, vomiting, pain, cutting his stomach, and then at the end cutting his artery? Is it something evil? Is it something bad? At least for Muhammad, absolutely. So no kind of evil, nothing harm, no bad can happen to you except by the leave of Allah. So when we show you here that this woman, she killed Muhammad by poison, and Muhammad saying, I feel that this poison which I ate in Khaybar is cutting my aorta, as you see. Muhammad confirming that his death was a punishment from Allah. Same time, when you Muslim, you say to us and you confirm that Muhammad is considered to be a murderer, for he died because of the poison. And this is where our questions start. Why Muhammad was not saved by Allah, yet Jesus was saved by Allah? Who is a Muslim, he have the courage and the knowledge to tell us what kind of madness is. Because remember, according to Islam, Muhammad is the best of mankind. He is the most honorable. Even the name of Allah and the name of Muhammad are written together. Not the name of Jesus and the name of Allah, not the name of Musa, not the name of Abraham. Only the name of Allah and the name of Muhammad are written in the chair of Allah, and Allah, he wrote it by his finger. And by the way, he have 5 fingers. So Allah is the most beloved person to Allah, Muhammad most beloved to Allah, and yet Allah decided to save Jesus, but he don't want to save Muhammad. Why? If there is any Muslim can tell us why? No answer. Imagine I have the most beloved person I have of my creation. and I dump him in the grave. And the one who is not the most beloved person, he is now with me in heaven. According to Muhammad, and Jesus is alive right now, and he is going to come back, and now he is in heaven listening to us. Here we notice the madness and the corruption of the mind of Muhammad. Muhammad, he could not deny that Jesus is alive, even though he is Antichrist, even though he tried to erase anything about Jesus, but he could not deny what is coming, that Jesus the Christ is the one who will come back and no one else. Everybody die. A Muslim, he said to me yesterday in text, aren't you ashamed that your God he die? Let me say to you, aren't you ashamed that my God is a living God and your God Muhammad is dead? For sure you will say to me that Muhammad is just a prophet. Well, I say to you, as long you are denying Jesus to be God because he died, Jesus in Islam did not die. That means he must be God. The Muslim, they say to us, Jesus cannot be God. Why? Because he ate food. Look, like God, he is not able to eat food. Only we can do so. So I am more powerful than God because I can do something God cannot do. So if God eat food, that will not make him God. But the Muslim cannot explain to us how Jesus is still alive, how Jesus resurrect people from death, how Jesus can make the blind see, how he can walk in water, how he can control the nature, how even he can tell you what you had in your house. All what they remember that Jesus eat food. Here we find always the silly answer of Muhammad. Muhammad, because he is not a smart person, he always say things which is really very silly. Imagine Muhammad coming to debate me, and then he says to me this: hey Christian Prince, how Jesus can be God yet he eat food? Okay. So, and by the way, here he mentioned the name of Mary because Muhammad, he believed that Mary, she is part of the Trinity. This is why in different verse Allah says to Jesus, did you say to your people to worship me and Mary? And there's nobody worship Mary. The Trinity, for the Catholic, for the Protestant, for the Orthodox, the Trinity is Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. No Trinity have to do with Mary. So if Jesus eat food, here we go, we got the Christian busted. Okay, Jesus eat food, but he fast for 40 days. Can any human fast for 40 days? Can you? Jesus eat food, but he is alive now for 2,000 years. Can you live for 2,000 years? And where in heaven? Jesus eat food, but Jesus, he forgives sin. Jesus, he walk in water. According to the Quran, Jesus created from the mud a bird, and he breathed into it, and he make it a living bird, which mean according to the Quran, there's birds right now flying in the sky created by Jesus. Until now, I don't see any Muslim who can give me an answer why Allah did not save Muhammad yet he saved Jesus. Anyone? Any Muslim in the chat can tell us why Allah did not save Muhammad from the poison? As you see, we are showing you from your own Islamic source that Muhammad, he died as a martyr by the poison of the Jewish women. Muslim will say Muhammad chose to die when the angel Jibril came and told him either you die or live. That is the stupidest answer, my friend, because Muhammad, he did not die here, only he was killed. What die? This is not about just dying. All of us, we will die. Muhammad was killed, as you see. What, the angel, he asked him to like to be killed? So still the answer is not exist. Why Allah saved Jesus, but he don't want to save Muhammad? You see, when there is something wrong happen to your house, what you save first? The most priceless things you have. When something wrong happened to you, what you grab first? The most needed thing to you. When you have a fire in your house, who you grab first? A jewelry or your son? So why Allah, he saved Jesus from the fire, which is death, and yet he left Muhammad die and rotten, as even the hadith says that his nails became green. And one of the Sahaba, he says that the Prophet raba batnuhu, which means his belly full of fart, full of gas, and he is farting. And why the Muslim did not bury Muhammad for 3 days? Because they thought he is the same as Jesus, he will come back to life? Or because Muhammad did lie and he says that we prophet of Allah, our body will never decay, which is absolutely a big fat liar. Read this. Muhammad, he claimed that when he died, Muslims, they should keep praying for him. Allahu wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. And the Muslim, they translate it as a blessing, which is false. However, Muhammad, he claimed that when he died, all the prayer of the Muhammadan, of the Abduls, is going to be sent, submitted to me, as if he is God. The companion, they said to him, what do you mean submitted to you? Aren't you going to be dead and your body will decay? He said, Allah has forbidden it, the earth, from consuming the bodies of the Prophet. So when Muhammad he died, they did not bury him for 3 days, and they decide to bury him when he stink. And this is exactly what Ibn Abbas says, idfunu sahibakum faqad natan. Bury your friend, he stink. So why we have a prophet who die and he stink according to Muslim reference? We have Jesus who is holy, who is in heaven, who have no father. And by the way, if we ask Muslims why Jesus have no father, do you know what the answer will be? Let me show you. And this is showing us how low the IQ of the author of the Quran. The author of the Quran, to answer why Jesus have no father, he said this. Which I find it hilarious. Chapter 3, verse number 59. Allah claimed that the similarity between Jesus is the same as Adam. He created him from dust and he said to him, be, and he was. But guess what? Neither Adam, neither Jesus was created by the word be. If you go in the Quran, you will see the Quran saying that Allah, he created Adam by breathing into a mud which Allah, he fashioned. So what the Quran is talking about? I mean, the author of the Quran, he need to change his diet. Garbage in, garbage out. Isn't this is what the Quran saying? That Allah, he created Adam in such a way where he said to him be, and he was. Behold, the Lord said to the angels, I am about to create a man from sounding clay, from mud, molded into a shape. When I have fashioned him, I breathe into him. Where is the bee? May the bee bite you, stink you. Allah. Where is your bee? I mean, how you say the similarity between Jesus and Adam is, I said to them, be neither Adam, neither Jesus was created by be according to the Quran. You brought dust, you mix it with water, that will make it a clay. Second stage, we make a fashion from the clay. Stage number 3, we breathe into him. What is the bee? And not only that, if we go in the Quran, we will find the Quran saying وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانُ عَجُولًا, and the human being was ever hasty. What does that mean? According to Muhammad, that when Allah was creating Adam, he says to Allah, finish me before the sunset. Finish me before the sunset. And you are saying to me, and Allah, he says be, and he was. Any Muhammadan who is a Muslim who have knowledge, he would like to call me and tell us where this madness all is coming from. Allah saying to Allah, Adam saying to Allah, finish me before the sunset. And the other verse saying to us that the similarity between Jesus and Isa, Allah, he said to them be, and they was. Yeah, don't ask how Adam he knew the sunset time. He is Adam, you know. He is born with education. Adam, what you can say. I mean, that's it. All the stories of Islam and Muhammad, nobody can question. Who can question this stupidity? Nobody. Who dare? Go to the Middle East and try. Just try for a second. This is Ibn Kathir, and he is explaining what happened to Adam. Read carefully with me, please. Let me zoom in so you guys can read better. All right. And the man is ever hasty. Salman al-Farisi, which is the companion of the Prophet, he heard from etc. from supposedly from Muhammad, when he mentioned that it says a story of Adam when he wanted to get up before his soul reached his feet, when his soul was breathed into him, it entered his body from his head downward. Why? Allah, he breathed where? In his nose. When it reached his brain, he sneezed and he said, Alhamdulillah. I will go. Adam, he speak Arabic, even he is not created yet. The first thing he said in Arabic, Alhamdulillah. Arabic wasn't exist at that time yet. And then Allah said to him, Allah bless you. Allah, he answered, Adam says, Allah bless you. Okay. Allah have mercy on you, O Adam. When it reached his eyes, he opened them, and when it reached his body and limbs, he started to stare at them. If you remember the comedy show, the dead Ahmed, the terrorist, this is what happened. He lost at his feet. He was like, what is that? And then he started wondering about them, and then he wanted to get up, but he cannot get up yet. So he said to Allah, he wanted to get up before it reached his feet, but he could not. So he said, oh Allah, make it happen before the sunset. Do you see it, Muslims? So where the Quran saying, when the Quran saying the similarity between Adam and Jesus is the same, this because both of them, Allah, he says to them be, and they were, that's stupid, because neither Adam neither Jesus was created by be. What about Jesus? Allah, he breathed into Mary in her private part. He did not say be. He did not say be. So why Islam is a stupid cult? I mean, you cannot even maintain a lie, even small little lie, you cannot cover yourself with it. Was Allah saying to Mary, be having a child and she have a child, or he breathed into it? He breathed into her vagina. Hmm? Chapter 21 verse number 92. والتي أحصنت فرجها فنفخنا فيها من روحنا. In different verse he says فنفخنا فيه. Chapter 66 verse number 12. And we breathe into it. What is that? Farjaha. What farjaha? Her private part. Allah is vagina blower. Chapter 66 verse number 12. If you read the Muslim translation, you will see he breathed into her body. Where in her body, my friend? I mean, why you didn't tell us where exactly in her body? What do you mean he breathed into her body? However, this is a total contradiction for what Allah said regarding both Adam and Jesus. As you see, none of them was created by be, and he was. In the case of Jesus, Allah he breathed into Mary. In the case of Adam, Allah he made dust, mud, and then he breathed into he fashioned the mud, and then he breathed into it, and then we have Adam. So we notice always that when we speak about Islam, there's a short logic, stupid logic, and Allah cannot explain to us anything you say. As always, even when they ask Allah about the spirit, like the Muslim, they say that Jibreel is the Holy Spirit. How Jibreel can be Holy Spirit if Allah ordered him to bow down to Adam? How holy bow down to a sinner? When you call him holy, that's mean he's holy. The second you call him holy, that's mean he's God. In Christianity, even angels, they are fail. They fail. Holiness only for God. Look here. If you go in the Quran, you will see tons of things which is very silly. Chapter 2 verse number 34, Allah he ordered the angels to bow down to Adam. Allah in chapter 2 verse number 98 says that the one who are the enemy to Allah and his angel and his messengers and to Jibreel and Mikael. Why? Don't ask me why. Well, what does that mean? Nobody knows. If you go down a little bit, you will see Muhammad he go even farther with his madness. Muhammad he wanted to explain to us who is he. So Allah he made a witness, he took a shahada, and what the shahada is, read carefully and love. There's no God but he. Allah speaking about himself, he says no God but he. Shouldn't he say no God but I? Allah witnessed that there's no Allah but Allah, and he called Allah he. And then he says his angels and those endued with knowledge standing firm on justice. What does have to do with this? And then a second after he says the religion for Allah is Islam. The religion of Allah is Islam. So you idiot, why you call the Christians people of the book? If the religion for Allah is Islam, why you call people who they are Christians and Jews people of the book? Because people of the book mean those who have the book of God. So how they are not Muslims yet you call them people of the book? And how they have a corrupted book and you call them people of the book? Imagine a guy, he don't have a car, and he said to you, the guy with the car, but you don't have a car. Islam is an insane religion. You call us people of the book, but yet you claim that our book is gone? How silly are you? Imagine I have now brother Sam Shamour with me, and I say to you, the guy with the hair, but the guy is bald. People will die laughing. So do we have hair or we don't have hair? So the Quran keeps saying Ahlul Kitab, people of the book. And the funny, Muslims never been called the people of the book. So how you have a book but you are not called the people of the book, and we don't have the book and our name is the people of the book? I mean, how silly that is. So you are the one who have a book, and we are the one who don't have a book, and we are the one who is called people of the book, and you are the one who is not called people of the book. I am not sure what kind of food the guy who wrote the Quran used to eat, but for sure it's not McDonald's. It's something worse. Until now, we saw no answer from the Muslims why Jesus right now in heaven, why Jesus will kill the devil, why Jesus will bring victory to God, why Jesus will accomplish the mission, why Jesus is the one who will do justice in earth, not Muhammad. While Muhammad is dead in the grave, Jesus, the living Lord, is above us right now, listening to us. The Muslims, they try always to fool us, speaking how amazing Muhammad is. Well, Muhammad was a rapist from your books, killer from your book, child molester from your book, even he was accused of stealing underwear from your book. So what is left? What is left? Kissing men, wearing women clothes. I mean, you name it. He ripped a woman two parts where she's alive, and the Muslim, they say to us, Islam is against killing women. As you see, my friends, Muslims have no answer. And Muhammad, somebody saying Muhammad, he was bewitched. My friend, Muhammad was not bewitched, but by when the Muslim, they say to us, confirming that Muhammad was bewitched, they just confirm that Muhammad can't be a prophet, because in order to be bewitched, that means Satan is controlling you. The Arab in the old days, if anyone he loses his mind, they cannot explain what's happening. They call him bewitched, and not only the Arab actually, because they can explain what's happening. So Muhammad, he was bewitched, so he had began to imagine that he had done a thing which in fact he had not done. Is that Muhammad imagining that Jesus was on the cross but he was not? Is that Muhammad imagining himself seeing Jibreel but he is not? Is that Muhammad hearing the voices as the sound of the bell and he did not? One of the most funny things, debate you. Do you have a Skype open? Give me your Skype, I will call you. Let's see how good you are. One of the things Muhammad, he said that he used to receive Quran like the sound of a bell. Muhammad, he received Quran in a sound of a bell. Read carefully with me. How does the divine inspirations come to you? He replied, in all those ways. The angels sometimes they comes to me with the voice which resembled the sound of a ringing bell. What? What? The divine come to you, Muhammad, in a sound of a bell? Is that for real? Is that for real? Like what? Is that how? Or maybe like this? Or maybe like that?
Hello?
And Muhammad, he say hello. Or maybe like this? Which one? Muhammad, he received Quran as a ringing of a bell. Do we have any Muslim in the chat? If we ask Zakir Naik how the Prophet here received his Quran, Zakir Naik will answer with no hesitation, says, brother sister, there the person is named the Christian Prince, and he always come with funny question, and he always try to downgrade the Prophet, and we can get him busted so easy. He said how the Prophet he received the Quran as a ring of a bell, and it's very simple, and we can get him busted so easy. But always, brother, never answer him, never say yes, never say no, because brother, he is going to make fun of you. And let me explain to you, all of us we know, brother, that there is in certain time, in certain countries, they used to use something called Morse code. Yes, Morse code. And brother, this is exactly what the Prophet used to receive, Morse code. Allah is the first one who created Morse code. I see a sister there, a brother there. I have a question. What is the question, brother? You have given me a text, brother. Send it me by text, brother. Okay, the brother they asking question how the Prophet he was able to translate the Morse code into Arabic Quran. That's a very smart question. Absolutely, this is very smart of you. That's very easy because Allah he taught him and he gave him the code for the Morse code. So when Allah the Prophet he gave him like Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, it come to him like this. Did you hear this one? The last one it was Ar-Rahim. Listen carefully again, brother. Yeah, this is Ar-Rahim. Okay, the first one, ding, ding, ding. This is Bismillah, and then ding, ding, Ar-Rahim. Okay, so the Prophet he received Quran as a sound of a bell. How it came in Arabic? Any Muslim can explain to us? The Prophet received a ring of a bell. How the ring of a bell became Arabic, man? If there is any Muslim, after I finish broadcast, all the Muslims they will start calling me names, and all of them they are brave, and they will say, "Aren't you ashamed that your God died?" I say to you, "Aren't you ashamed that my God is alive and your prophet is dead? Aren't you ashamed that you follow the dead man but you don't follow the living person?" Imagine, let us say for the sake of argument, Isa is just a prophet. You call him Isa, right? So why you follow a dead man? His name is Muhammad, not the living prophet. His name is Jesus, according to Islam. Silly, stupid cult, blind following the blind. And the Quran says what? Is the blind and the one who can see is equal? My friend, I say the blind he can see better from you, because the blind he is blind by eyes, but he is not blind by heart. But let me show you something, maybe will make you feel more embarrassment to be a Muslim. Allah he says, my keyboard stopped working. According to the Quran, in chapter 2 verse number 7, Allah said the following, and I want you to read carefully and try not to die laughing. Allah has set a seal on their heart and on their hearing and on their eyes, a veil. You know, have you ever heard of somebody saying to you, why you are stupid, why you can understand, why you don't hear me, man? Huh? Why you don't hear me? Do you see me? No, I don't see you. Do you hear me? No, I don't hear you. He set a seal in our heart, in our hearing, in our eyes, and he wonder why we don't believe. I mean, have you ever heard of a stupid cult like this? He made you blind and deaf, and your heart cannot receive, and then he will punish you, for he made you blind, he sealed your ears, and he made your heart does not want to accept. Who is the stupid here? So if Allah, he set a seal on our heart, in our eyes, on our hearing, on our ears, so why he sent a prophet? My friend, Islam is the most stupid cult ever you can imagine to have. I want to finish here so you guys can download this video, and you can notice my voice is not doing good, so I apologize, because I was speaking to somebody early in the morning, somebody with his family who decided to leave Islam, and I'm very happy for them. And actually I saw Fadi, who was in the chat. He was saying something that he decided to leave Islam or something like that. Fadi, he was arguing for long. Are you there, Fadi? Fadi, if you decide to leave Islam for real, speak to me in Skype and we will talk, my friend. I'm happy for you. And this is what happened. In the beginning, you resist, you fight, but the truth will set you free. Islam is a stupid cult, and you cannot resist the truth, and you cannot debate Christian Prince. Not as long you are worshiping such a silly God. Thank you very much for being with us. Don't forget, please, to get my videos, download them, and don't forget to get my books, which can be found in Amazon in many languages. And now we have the new Spanish translation is out. If you speak Spanish, tell your friends about it. See, my voice is totally gone, actually. I apologize, really. This is very embarrassing. I mean, what happened to my voice? But talking too much is not easy, you know. It's not an easy task. But it's you know, we talk for good, and we do our best to help as many people as we can. So please tell your friends about our books in many languages, and I hope you know, people who read them, they make a review, honest review. And trust me, my books are a treasure of information, because we don't you know, we don't give opinions. It's like, it's really a treasure of information. There's nothing there except a reference and little comments, which mean you will have endless reference, which nobody can refute and nobody can deny, from their books, from their writing, from their words, from their own publishing books. How they can deny that? And this is why the Muslims, they said to me before, just a few days ago, one of them, he says to me, don't use our logic. This is what their fear is. Don't use our logic. We use your logic to defeat your logic, for your logic is silly. And then you will notice how silly your logic is. Your logic is the same logic of Allah. How Allah can have a son if you don't have a girlfriend? That is a silly logic. Because how Mary, she can have a son when she don't have a boyfriend? This is how silly this God is. I want to say thank you guys for being here. May the Lord bless you, and I will see you again. Don't forget, please, to download the video immediately, because we will not keep it long in my page as usual. And always, if you miss a video, which means you could not watch it all, it's gone, you can go to Patreon. You will find it in the first page, or you know, or you can subscribe to those who download my videos, and you can get the video, search for the same title the same day, and you will find it. Thank you very much for being here. May the Lord bless you all. Christ is Lord, Islam is false, and see you soon. Take care.